So today we're taking a look at the WiPhone. This device is completely different than what we're used to, but I'm really excited about the possibilities. So let's talk about the hardware, software, and who this device is for. So when it comes to the hardware, there are two versions of the WiPhone. There is a plastic version and an aluminum pro version. I got the aluminum, the metal version, and it feels really good in the hand. It has a 3.5mm headphone jack and a micro USB port. It feels like a tank. It is quite chubby. It's not your minimalist, very thin device. It's quite thick. However, it does trade off that you are able to open up the device, you're able to mod it in whichever way you want. It's pretty friendly and open source, not only the software, but also the hardware. They include a lot of documentation on their website, and you can pretty much add whatever you want to this. To the point that they also have two versions, or three versions, I guess. They have a couple of mod packs, and they have a LoRa antenna. It means low radio, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But the hardware of the device is very solid for what they include. The rubbery, clicky material that they have for the keys is not my favorite. But again, this is a very initial project. It's still in its infancy. There's beta software and a lot of things to test through, but you can replace them if you want. Essentially, you have the ability to dismantle this device to whatever you want and to make it your own. That's essentially the motto of this company. Now let's talk about the software and who this device is for. So the software is completely different. It's a very basic operating system. It only has a phone book, calls, text messages, and it has also an audio recorder and a couple of extra features for setting up a VoIP or voice over IP connection. I set it up with Dumbphone and did not have any issues. I was able to send text messages and also make phone calls to other Dumbphone. Dumbphone is an open source VoIP application and it's free. So if you're looking to go off the grid completely, no cellular bands on your device, only Wi-Fi, this can be a good alternative. It does have a couple games to pass time, essentially chess and King of the Hill, and that's it. Essentially, it's a very, very basic device, bare bones, and it does not have an internet connection, a browser, or things of that nature. Essentially routes all of your calls and text messages through your SIP provider, so VoIP provider, and that's about it. So I think it's good for those of you who are looking to minimize and also to be completely off the grid. I think it's a very good and private device as well because it's not collecting GPS or cellular data. Of course, though, there are trade-offs to that. You cannot call 911, for example. You cannot call cell phone numbers very easily. They have to have a SIP-compatible device, so a VoIP device or a VoIP application that they may have on their phone, something like Dumbphone, or their plenty of other providers as well. But setting it up, it was pretty easy. You just put your username, you put the server that you're getting into, and after that, you're able to make phone calls and also text messages. I just tested with two burner accounts essentially at home, and it worked flawlessly on my Wi-Fi network. I was able to also test it while on the go. I was on a trip to my new location in the near future that I'm moving, and I was able to also make calls in there. So it was a very, very good experience. And on top of that, you can also create a local network. So let's say that you even want to go further into off the grid kind of mentality. So no Wi-Fi at all. You can buy an antenna, a LoRa, low radio antenna, and attach it to this device and only make phone calls with people that have that specific frequency. So no need for 2G or 3G or 4G networks. Essentially, you just attach this antenna, and whoever has that same frequency antenna, so whoever buys another WiPhone, let's say a partner of yours or a family member, then you can make phone calls in a certain radius and distance, like a walkie-talkie of some sorts. And this is quite cool to me because as 2G and 3G dumbphones are not happening anymore, I think there is a space for LoRa and other mediums like VoIP phones to come into the market. Something that is super basic, lasts forever because the battery is not draining because of all the cellular and GPS connections. So it's quite exciting to me that you have a lot of options. And on top of that, you can also make applications for this on your own, because this is based on open source. They even have a tester application setting here that you can make your own app. You can test it, you can hack it, whichever way you want, add extra functionality, and they're going to be bringing more functionality to the table for regular users. So if you're not into hacking and creating all of these different things, the company is actually testing. I'm one of the testers right now, and we're hopefully going to improve this operating system or improve it for regular users so that more people like you who just want to use the phone and just want to use it for phone calls and text messages and things of that nature, you're able to use it very easily without many complications. So I'm really excited about the future of the WiPhone and what it means for basic devices. Right now we're in a kind of like point where we have some premium, some middle of the ground, but devices like these are very unique, open hardware and open software. So I'm really excited about this, and hopefully I'll be bringing you updates in the future about this specific device. You can check out the WiPhone in the description link below if you want to buy it, if you want to check out more about the project, or if you want to contribute as well. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about this device or any of the other devices, make sure to put it in the comments below. I'll be interacting with you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.